Hello and welcome to Markets View at Deven Choksey, the daily market podcast where we decode the Indian financial markets. To start with, this morning the GIFT FT is trading higher, indicating a gap-up start for the Indian markets. The Asian markets have opened largely higher, where Nikkei did rise around 1%. The US futures are flat following a muted close for the cash market on Monday. The US market did close flat, where S&P and Dow ended in the red and Nasdaq did end in the green. US 10-year yield is steady as 4.4% ahead of CPI inflation data and Fed minutes. The crude did rise above $90 a barrel amid geopolitical tensions and ahead of key economic data. And gold as well did hit record high for 7th straight session on demand. So all in all, this is how the trade setup for the global markets look like, where Asian markets have opened up larger, higher, GIFT Nifty is also higher, and US market did show some signs of activity. However, the markets did close flat, where S&P and Dow ended in the red and Nasdaq did extend some gains. Let us take a look at the trade setup for today. Given the market climbing decisively above the previous week's record high and closing above the upward sloping resistance trend line, as we clearly see that further rally towards 22,800 level is much hopeful on the Nifty 50, as surpassing the same can take the index to the much awaited psychological 23,000 mark in coming sessions, with immediate support at 22,500 and key support at 22,300 level. In the last trading session, the market had a strong start to the week, though the trading volume remained below the average for yet another session. The benchmark indices ended at a new closing high, with the BSE Sensex rising around 494 points to be precise and closing at 74,743, while the Nifty 50 jumped 153 points to close at 22,666 and formed a bullish candlestick pattern on the daily charts with the gap up opening. Technically, this pattern indicates a positive bias for the market ahead. Though Nifty placed at the new highs, still there is no signal of any reversal pattern building up at the highs. Positive chart patterns like higher tops and bottoms are intact as per the daily chart, and the present up move is in line with the new higher top formation of the pattern. Still, there is no confirmation of any higher top reversal completing at the highs. The short-term uptrend of the Nifty remains intact, and the next upside level to be watched are around 22,800 mark, as we clearly see that a lot of action was seen during the trading session today. The daily and hourly momentum indicator has a positive crossover, which is a buy signal. We also did see that there was a lot of stock-specific action seen in the market, which we will discuss. But let's now take a look at the key support and resistance levels for both Nifty and Bank Nifty. Nifty may face resistance at 22,680 level, followed by 22,729 and 22,785. On the lower side, the index may take immediate support at 22,582 level, followed by 22,547 and 22,491. Talking about Bank Nifty, in the last trading session, Bank Nifty also did hit a fresh record high at 48,717, but saw some profit booking at higher levels. The banking index rose 89 points to close at 48,582 and formed a doji candlestick pattern on the daily time frame, as the closing was near opening levels, indicating indecisiveness among bulls and bears about future market trends. Bank Nifty is now poised for a further upside till 49,000 to 49,300. The zone of 48,270 to 48,200 shall act as a crucial support zone from a short-term perspective. According to the technical setup, if we see the Bank Nifty index may see resistance at 48,608, followed by 48,755 and 48,867. On the lower side, it is expected to take support at 48,463, followed by 48,394 and 48,282. So these are all the important support and resistance levels for both Nifty and Bank Nifty. We now take a look at the stocks in news, and we start with Dilip Bilkon, as the infrastructure company has declared as L1 bidder for the project worth 1,092 crore by the Haryana Rail Infrastructure Development Corporation on EPC mode in Haryana. Axis Bank is another stock in focus, as Bain Capital is all set to make a complete exit from the previous sector lender, as the US private equity major looks to dilute its balance stake and launch a fresh block deal of around $430 million. Three people, as we see, close to the sources. News coming in from the sources. Glen Pharma is another stock in focus. Two entities, namely Nicomac Machinery and RP Advisory Services, which are connected to Dr. Ravi Penmetsa, the former promoter of Glen Pharma, have launched a block deal of around $150 million with an upsize option to sell part stake in the drug maker. This is the news which will keep Glen Pharma in focus. Tata Motors is another stock, as Jaguar Land Rover reported over 20% year-on-year growth in its full-year sales on improved production and sustained global demand. Wholesale volumes of 1.1 lakh units in Q4 FY24 were up 16% compared to the same quarter a year ago, and the same in FY24 increased 25% on a year-on-year basis to 4 lakh units. And last but not the least, keep an eye on Shilpa Medicare. The pharma company has opened its qualified institutional placement, which is QIP, issue on 8th of April with a floor price at 477 rupees per share. So these are all the important stocks and news. We now take a look at the FIs and DIs data. The foreign institutional investors net sold shares worth rupees 685 crore, while domestic institutional investors bought shares worth rupees 3,471 crore on the 8th of April. So all in all, it was a power-packed trading session yesterday, and we hope that the power-packed action which was seen in the last trading session continues and sustains during the trading session today. Nevertheless, we always have to remember that whatever the market conditions are, the research is something which will always be helpful, as it is the backbone of successful portfolio creation. Wealth creation is an art that we understand. We at Deven Choksey have our exclusive research services which are powerful and successful. To avail our exclusive research services, we invite you to join us. Just click on the link below and you're done. Fill in your basic details and our team will reach out to you. So don't wait any further and embark on a wealth building adventure together. Thank you and have a nice day.